Good evening, everyone. Hold on a minute. Let me look at my chat here. Hope everyone had a good day. Hey, Light Feather, Verbal, Black Rose, Beach Bum, Alex, Misty, Lisa. Lisa, I know tomorrow's your birthday. I'm actually working on something for you. Okay? You're definitely going to get a birthday shout out. How old are you going to be? 21? So I thought we would do Andrea Yates as our members for our members stream topic. Crap, I can't talk. Every time I go live, I get tongue twisted. I gotta have a drink of Coca-Cola. You're gonna be 21. Yeah, live chat reminder. Did I miss Burble? No, I said hi to Burble, I think. Hell, I don't know who I say hi to. So yeah, I've been reading a lot of things about Andrea Yates. Man, it is a sad case and very complex. Very, very complex. Hold on just a minute. Let me find my stuff. So, Andrea Yates, she was born Andrea, she was born Andrea Pia Kennedy in 1964 from Houston, Texas. She confessed to drowning her 5 children in the bathtub on June 20th, 2001. She had been suffering from postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, and schizophrenia. Hey, Lori. Hey, Red Rhyme. You know, someone could come up here with me and help me. I'm sure some of y'all know a lot about it. Hint, Red Rhyme. You want to come up? Or Alex, someone. Okay. So on July 26th, 2006, a Texas jury. Hold on. I lost my place here. Sorry, guys. I scrolled too far and read the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. So I said she had been suffering from postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, and schizophrenia. During her trial, she was represented by Houston criminal defense attorney George Parnham, Chuck Rosenthal, I think it's how you say it, and the district attorney in Harris County asked for the death penalty in her 2002 trial. Her case placed the McNaughton rules, I think that's how you say that, along with the irresistible impulse test, a legal test for sanity under close public scrutiny in the United States. She was convicted of capital murder, but the jury refused the death penalty option. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 40 years. The verdict was overturned on appeal in light of false testimony by one of the expert psychiatric witnesses. And I think he testified that Andrea got the idea maybe to drown her kids from watching an episode of, I think it was Law and Order. Okay, so after her trial, her defense attorneys started looking it up, and there was never an episode that aired like that or was ever going to air. No episode about a woman drowning her kids. Crap, I wish I could see the live chat. but that's okay. I hope you feel better, Red Rum. I've got something pushed on my phone here. Okay. So on July 26th, 2006, a Texas jury in her retrial found that she was not guilty by reason of insanity. She was consequently, I think it's how you say that, committed by the court to the North Texas State Hospital, Vernon campus. And that's a high security mental health facility in Vernon. She did receive medical treatment, and her roommate was actually a woman who had killed her infant daughter. Dina, I can't pronounce her name probably. Schlossler or something like that. Okay, but in January 2007, she was moved to a low security state mental hospital in Kerrville State Hospital. So, Andrea, she was a nurse up until she married Rusty, and they started having kids. And Rusty followed the teachings of this like cult guy. They had this guy, what's his name? Michael. Hold on, I got his name. This man and his family traveled around preaching crazy stuff. Michael Warrenecki and Rachel Warrenecki. Oh, Beth M., thank you for the super chat for my fellow Blondie. Oh, thank you, Blondie. Love you, Beth. Beth's been around forever. I'm about to watch a movie. Hope you have a good life. Love to you all. Thank you, Beth. I'm trying to if I'd quit stumbling through it. But anyways, Andrea met Rusty, and listen to what I heard her friend say. Andrea never dated anyone in high school or college. After college, she moved into an apartment complex. She met Rusty. I think they dated for a couple years before they got married. And her friend, this was a friend, she'd been friends with Andrea for since they was in grade school, She said that Andrea did not like having sex. She didn't even like getting dressed in front of Rusty. She would go to the closet and get dressed. Okay, so let me find where they get married. Okay. So she met him in the summer of 1989 at the Sunscape Apartments. They got married on April 17th, 1993. And they announced that they would seek to have as many babies as nature allowed, and bought a 4-bedroom house in Friendswood, Texas. Their first child, Noah, was born in February 94, just before Rusty accepted a job offer in Florida. So they relocated to a smaller trailer in Seminole. By the time of the birth of their third child, Paul, they moved back to Houston and purchased a GMC motorhome. Following the birth of their fourth child, Luke Yates, Andrea became depressed. And on June 16, 1999, Rusty found her shaking and chewing her fingers. And they said that she was not biting her nails. She was actually chewing her fingers. And when they say that he found her, she had an episode and he was at work. She experienced mania, and she also heard voices and stuff in her head. I think the first time it said that she ever heard voices in her head, it was a voice telling her to pick up a knife. Yeah. Oh, I got off track. I was going to tell y'all about um, the teachings. When Andrea met Rusty, Rusty had went to college with this Michael Warnocki, Necky, whatever you say, call it. And he followed this guy. And this guy has the beliefs that women should be submissive to men. And you should be real strict with your kids. Actually, he says women are born like witchy, he called it. We're Jezebels. We are born with a little bit of wickedness in us because of Eve. That's the way this guy thinks. And Rusty and Andrea followed this guy. And actually, Andrea was closer to this couple than Rusty. And this couple, they traveled around the country with their kids, preaching this extreme religion crap about women are less than men. Basically, is what they were teaching. Just a bunch of hogwash. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. Hey, Tremaine. Oh, well, I wouldn't get along well with that group. Have you ever watched the documentary? They used to put out these newsletters. This Michael and Rachel Warnecki, I think it's Warnecki is how you pronounce it. And in one of the newsletters, it was like this little cartoon drawing of a mother. And it was talking about something about women being Jezebels and basically kids that stumbles, which to them stumbles is like not doing the right things, should be killed. That's the way I took it. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me get my freaking charger. Okay. And then we'll talk about Andrea and her pregnancies. So I think the first time she suffered a nervous breakdown was in 1999. She made two suicide attempts. She was hospitalized in a psychiatric hospital that summer, and she was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis. Here's what gets me about it. Every time she got pregnant, she got on medicine and stuff, and she would be doing good. But every time she got pregnant, Rusty thought it was okay for her to go off her medication. So each time she got pregnant, each time she went off her medicine, it was worse. And I heard an expert say, like when you have like schizophrenia and stuff like that, and you take medicine for it, and then you stop taking medicine, then you start taking it again, it gets worse each time. Worse and worse and worse. Hey, Kira. Hey, Just Jax. I'm just looking at the top chat. Sorry if I miss anyone. Cement Shoes, are you late? You're late, Slip. I kind of give Rusty the side eye. I'm not going to lie. It's like she had all these kids. She was clearly mentally ill. And at one point, they actually, because this Michael Warnecki they followed, his preachings, let me get how I wrote it down here. How he views this. If you have a job and you have a home, you are supporting a conspiracy, an evil conspiracy against God. It is very confusing, but that's what they said. And I'm like, what the crap? So Rusty and Andrea believed that, so they sold their home and they bought a Greyhound bus, 350 square feet. And they bought it from Michael and Rachel Warnecki. And they moved into it. And here, Andrea had 5 kids in that little Greyhound bus, homeschooling them. And she's severely mentally ill. And I think Rusty is working for NASA at this point. Hey, Nika. Hey, Mommy Mars. Okay. So after Andrea had her last child, which was Mary, I can't remember her middle name. I've got it written down here somewhere. Mary Carroll or something like that. Her mental illness was off the chain by this point. I mean, she wasn't bathing. She just looked disheveled. Her eyes looked all crazy. And Rusty knew all this, and he still left her alone with the children. I reckon she had cut marks and everything on her legs where she had cut herself, trying to control herself from hurting someone. This was before the murders. She had it in her head that she had the devil in her. She had made 2 suicide attempts trying to kill herself to get rid of the devil so her kids would be safe. Those attempts, failed attempts. So her solution was to kill her kids to protect them from the devil, even though it would cost her her salvation. That's what she had in her head. Yes, he's part to blame. Yeah, he's remarried and he has a kid. He married a woman that she already had kids. Yeah. Um, what else? So, of course, she is arrested. I mean, it's clear that she is mentally ill, but on the other hand, she drowned her 5 kids. My papa was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he wouldn't take his medicine, and that's the same thing that Andrea happened with her. She wouldn't take her medicine; she would cheek it. She would act like she was, and she would hold it in her cheek till nobody was looking, then get rid of it. Most of the time, when people are severely mentally ill like that, they don't want to take their medicine. My papa was the same way. Anyways, yeah, he would talk about demons, seeing demons, and all kinds of crazy crap. It's really sad. We had to get him help, but he was really bad off, guys. He just wouldn't take his medicine and stuff. And he ended up taking his own life. What she did was absolutely terrible. It's sad all the way around. It's sad that she drowned her 5 kids. And it's sad she's that mentally ill. I mean, it's just a hard case. Um, she's still in the psychiatric hospital. I got it wrote down how old she is. She's 56 years old now, guys. It's hard to believe. But hey, Winky. But hell, she was like, what, 36? something like that when the murders happened. I think after her one breakdown when they were living in the Greyhound bus, I think after that, Rusty did get her a house. And that's the house is where the murders happened at. At one time, she was having a nervous breakdown, and instead of taking her to the hospital, he took her to the beach, I believe in Galveston. And at trial, when they asked him why he did that, he's like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I get back then, people didn't, they weren't as aware of mental illness and things. Um, but still, I mean, you could tell she was in bad shape. He should have took her to the hospital. Oh, Tremaine, thank you for the super chat. I'm taking my medicine right now. A bottle of Jack Daniels. Oh my gosh, Tremaine, don't be drinking. Don't drink too much. Just take a couple shots, okay? Thank you so much. You're sweet. I hope you're liking your job. If I'm missing anyone in the chat, it's because I'm looking at Top Chat. Is there anything else? Okay, yeah. So the prosecution agreed that Andrea was severely mentally ill, but they also said that she knew at the time of the murders she was aware of what she was doing. They said it was planned, it was methodical. She planned a time to do it, and she planned the order of the kids, the order, who would die first, who she would kill first. They said she couldn't kill the oldest boy first because, he was 7. He put up quite a fight. I reckon she killed him last. So she started with the middle child. And their theory was she didn't kill the oldest one first because he would have put up a fight and alerted the other kids. I think the 5-year-old. I saw videos of these kids. Beautiful kids. It's so sad. Hold on, Lisa. Let me go back and look. She's 56. Her birthday is July 2nd, 1964. Yeah, they said she planned the time and the order. I heard her say in the interview that her kids were stumbling. Like they weren't doing the right things in life. I also heard her say something about them watching a cartoon. They were watching a cartoon and the TV spoke to her, and the TV told the kids that they were eating too much candy. She also said the kids were mean to Rusty's mom. They called her names and were mean to her when she came over. That's just all in her head. These kids were good kids. They were little. They didn't call anyone names. It was just all in her head. It's so sad. Okay. Let me look at my chat now. I'll never understand stuff like this either. I mean, I know that she was mentally ill. My grandfather had one of the mental illnesses that she is diagnosed with, schizophrenia. So, I'm sympathetic to that, but she murdered her 5 children. And then here after the murders, Rusty does an interview the next day, like outside his home, and he's standing by Andrea because he knows that she wasn't in her right mind. But man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I could. It's someone murdered my child, even if they were mentally ill. I don't think I could forgive them. Could you guys stand by the person that murdered your 5 kids? Your spouse? Say it was your spouse and they were mentally ill? Guess you never know till you're put in that position, but I'm just being honest. I couldn't do it. There's no way. He was very supportive, but um, he done a lot of interviews, and people got to thinking that he liked being in the spotlight. He was also responsible for those children. Cheryl says she don't think so. Boo says no. Lisa says no. Yeah, I could not do it. Burble says hell no. They'd go to their grave with them. Cement Shoe says, I pray they got help, but I'd never speak to them again. They'd be dead to me. Yeah. Well, she's never going to leave that psychiatric hospital. I mean, and that's even, it's just all sad. It's just a sad case. I mean, the way I feel about it is I understand she wasn't in her right mind, but the facts are she murdered her 5 children. She doesn't deserve to be free. I don't think she deserved the death penalty because of her mental state. She was clearly very, very mentally ill. She was in bad shape. And Rusty just seemed to overlook it. I think they missed the warning signs when she first started having problems because she kept it to herself. I think she had manic depression too. I have that. When you have manic episodes, you can like hear things and stuff. I have had manic episodes, but I've never had like violent thoughts towards anyone. I think it was where she had that postpartum psychosis and schizophrenia too. Like Feather, I don't think she deserves to be free. I have compassion for her illness, but not the crime. Yes, see, that's the way I feel too. Booze Love says, get them where they can't hurt anyone else, then make sure they stay put. Mommy Mars said, sad she wasn't diagnosed before she birthed. Yeah, well, Rusty, he had this belief that shouldn't use birth control, and they just wanted to have he wanted her to have all kinds of kids. And that's what really bothers me. He knew that each time she got pregnant and went off her medicine, her mental illness was bad. It would get worse. And he still went along with it. He still wanted her to do it. That bothers me. I'm not victim bashing, but yes, I do blame him a little bit. He should have got her help. Like she was a breed sow. Yeah. And they said that Andrea was just the kind of person that she would just go along with whoever was talking to her. She was a people pleaser. So she just went along with whatever he said. They say that she was an excellent mother until she got sick. Well, no, of course he didn't think it was that bad. Yeah, she had, I think Andrea's father died before the murders, like about 3 or 4 months before the murders. He had like Alzheimer's. She took care of him. She was really close to him. But her mama's still alive, and she had a brother that she was really close to. Lisa, he's part of the problem, 100%. Yeah. Um, but also, we got to remember that people didn't know a lot about mental illness and postpartum depression and stuff back then. They weren't as educated about it. I think that had a lot to do with it. She listened to the televangelist who dressed like a professional wrestler. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Michael Warrenecki and his wife, Rachel, cement shoes. Yeah, they believed that women should be submissive. Us women were born with wickedness in us. That's what they believe because we come from Eve, and Eve sinned. We're Jezebels. They traveled around the country and to other countries preaching this. And they didn't believe in owning a home or work because that is participating in satanic, that is participating in a satanic conspiracy against God. These people are nuts. I was just wondering, I wonder if this Michael and Rachel still travel around doing this. They got run out of their home state for all their craziness. They'll just stand on the street acting crazy. Him dressed up in like this crazy mask, scary looking mask. It looks like the devil. Jumping around, acting like a damn total fool. Y'all need to watch the documentary Mugshots, Andrea Yates. It's right here on YouTube. I can get you the link for it right now. Let me see. Let me go to my history. Da-da-da. Here it is. When I first set the stream up, I set it up as unlisted, so the live chat probably won't replay. I've noticed if you set the streams up, schedule them as unlisted, and then change them to public, the live chat won't replay. Okay. So there's the link to the mugshot episode. It's really good, and it talks a little bit about this Michael Warnecki and Rachel. I think Rachel actually, they used to correspond with Andrea. Like I said, that's who they bought that Greyhound bus off of they lived in, was the Warneckis. But Rachel wrote Andrea this letter, and she was like, "You're wicked, you're evil," all this crazy stuff in it. Bunch of fools. And they actually had people that followed them. I'll watch it tonight when it's bedtime. It's good, Tremaine. My Wi-Fi's having trouble. The wind's blowing here. It was storming. If you love someone, you do the best for them. Don't push them to self-destruction. Yeah, well, my problem with him is he clearly saw that when she got pregnant and had to quit taking her medicine, he saw what it did to her. I mean, he lived with her. Believe me, when someone is schizophrenic and they're having an episode, it's very apparent. There's no not knowing about it. I lived with my grandfather. He was like that. And when he had his episodes, you freaking knew it. It's scary. He was in his own personal hell. He really was a prisoner of his own mind. He would walk the floors at night. You'd hear him rambling on. It sounded like he was talking in a foreign language. Sounded like he was talking in tongues, if you guys know what tongues are, if you read the Bible, go to church. Yeah, it was very scary. Yeah, we're lucky he didn't harm anyone. Seriously. We got him help, and he wouldn't take his medicine. He would come home, he would do good, and then he would go off his medicine. Your house flooded, Booze Love. Oh no. I hate to hear that. There's a couple YouTube channels. It's got people on it that's living with schizophrenia. Very sad. I watched a documentary, Kids Living with Schizophrenia. Hey, never lose hope. It's happy birthday to Lisa. Her birthday's in the morning tomorrow. I gotta finish my video for her. I saw all kinds of crazy things happening in the news. I freaking did a video for my Patreon, y'all, and put it up and accidentally deleted it. Deleted the entire video. I cannot get it back. I don't know how I did it. I have no idea, but it deleted. I think they started some kind of foundation in honor of the Yates children to bring awareness to postpartum psychosis and mental illness. Now, I've been diagnosed with PTSD, manic depression, I'm ADHD, but when I was pregnant with Timothy, I never got any depression or baby blues, as they call it. I never experienced anything like that. Of course, I didn't have PTSD until after Timothy was born. But I was still manic and stuff back then and depressed. But when I had him, no, I never had any baby blues. I was happy. But that does affect a lot of women. And there is a movie about Andrea Yates, and it's called Baby Blues. They call it something else too. It's known by another title. Something Rock the Cradle. It's not Hands That Rocks the Cradle. It's not that. But it's a similar title. But you can look up Baby Blues and probably find it. I'm good. Never lose hope. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. I get up at the crack of dawn. Not really. I get up at 6 sometimes. Sometimes I sleep till about 15 till 7. But I try to get up at 6 so I can let my dogs out and get my chickens and goat let out by 7 exactly. Hey, very merry. Yeah, we're having a good night. Quit raining, thank goodness. Annabelle was already in her shed when I went to put her up tonight because it'd been raining. You can tell it's getting fall time. Um, because I noticed this morning at 7 o'clock, it was still kind of dark. It says plug. I got my battery plugged in. Hold on, guys. It must be unplugged from the wall. I'm a dummy. Yeah. It's got to be plugged in the plug-in to charge, right? Oh my goodness. I got to find us some topics for in the morning. Boo's Love, I'm still wearing my boots and floaty. I hope it didn't ruin your house, Boo. Did it flood like your entire house or like your basement? Where's that Southern mom at? Paging you, Southern mom. You having a party like Feather? Tremaine will bring the booze. Verbs, I'll bring the cake. Hey, I want to go. We need to have a cool Halloween party. I was talking to Mark about it, and I was like, I think I'm going to have a Halloween live stream party on the porch. Decorate the porch up, Halloween decorations. Have some fun. Verb says, I'll bring the smokables. I'll get some edibles. Thank you, Mommy Mars, for the super chat sticker. Hey, Shug. Never lose hope. My oldest son has ADHD. Sometimes I think he still is. I see some of those traits still. Yeah, it definitely bothers me. I have to get new flooring. Oh, boo. I hate to hear that. Oh, that sucks. I live up on the hill, so thank God most of the water it runs down to the bottom. Oh, I love Halloween too, Shug. Yes, we're going to have a Halloween party. I've already got it planned out in my head where I'm going to put my decorations at. Going to have us some music. We may have to have the Halloween party on my backup channel so we can play music and stuff. I need to be looking for me a Halloween costume. I want a cool one. Need to be something scary, like a zombie or something. Cheryl loves Halloween too. Halloween is like my most favorite holiday. I mean, I like Christmas, but Halloween's just, I've always liked it the best. I can't help it. I love the fall time. Yes, we're going to have a jack-o'-lantern carved. Yeah, everybody can dress up. I'm wanting some people to come up on panel with me, dressed up. Don't got to be a fancy costume. Put you some face paint on. City is paying for it, boo. You're flooring. I have filed complaints every year about the drainage ditch, and now they have to pay for all new flooring. Well, good. They should. They should have fixed the drainage ditch. Yes, Light Feather, Halloween is the best. Yeah, but I gotta find some cool decoration. I gotta find the costume. I don't even know what I want to be. Maybe I could dress like I'm from the 20s. That'd be cool. That's cute. I'd like to be a zombie though. Look like I come from The Walking Dead or a witch. No, I don't think anyone's going to be trick or treating this year. Probably not because of COVID. So our Halloween party might be a hit. Half my yard washed away, so new fence too. Oh my goodness. Gosh. Is it still wet inside your house? I bought my two chihuahuas matching Halloween shirts at PetSmart. That's awesome. I saw the cutest picture once. It was two pugs, and one of them was dressed like Princess Leia, and the other one was dressed like Luke Skywalker. It was hilarious. It might have been one of them, might have been Darth Vader. No, it might have been Luke. I can't remember. But they were dressed up like Star Wars. It was cute. Cement shoes. Carol freaking Baskin. Carol on Dancing with the Stars. Are you freaking kidding me? What's she gonna do? Get out on stage and slaughter some bunnies to feed to her big cats? Slaughter some bunnies with her high heels? Wouldn't surprise me. Can you imagine her ass out there on the dance floor? You know she's gonna suck. I know, I'm a Debbie Downer. I'm always coming for Carol. I'm gonna have to get Lady and Skylar little Halloween costumes for our party. You know they're gonna be out there. No, I invested in industrial fans for drying the house out a few years ago. Oh, that's good. Did you see the new motion made by the dumbbells? The one where they want the charges dropped? Beach Bum was telling me something. They filed something. But I've not really had a chance to sit down and look at it. What else did they file? I'll have to look it up when I get off here. You have to hey, let me tell you, when Carol goes on Dancing with the Stars, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to be on a live stream when she airs, and we're going to call in and vote. Don't you call it? Can't the audience call in and vote? The people at home. I don't watch that crap, so I don't know. I mean, like, I may have flipped on the channel and watched someone do a dance, but like, I don't follow that show. Oh, they're going to combine the cases? What do y'all think about them? So they're going to try them together? It's perfect. They can both be found guilty at the same time and sentenced to death at the same time. Say okay with me. What's the minute she's talking about prom night? It's going to be like Harry's prom night. They're all going to laugh at it. Joe Exotic's going to be there to pour a bucket of blood over, like on the Carrie movie. I need to dress up like Carol Baskin. I think that would do good. Yeah, I never lose hope. You need to dress up like Carol Baskin, and come up on panel with me. Y'all's coming up here with me. Whether you like it or not, a couple of y'all are. No joke. I demand it. So you better be getting your Halloween costume, Lisa. You need to come up here. Get Shug up here. Shug don't care. She'll come. This'll be fun. We'll get us some beer. I wish y'all really could come to my house and we could all sit around and have a Halloween party. That would be cool. Oh, thanks, Light Feather. Joe Exotic's got to love all that he brought on Carol since Netflix. Okay, guys, think about this. They are letting her on Dancing with the Stars. Everyone thinks she killed her husband, fed him to the tigers. I don't think she fed him to the tigers. I think she had help getting rid of Don. And I know there's no proof that she did anything to him. I mean, there's like a lot of circumstantial stuff, right? But still, what is that saying? Letting her on that show. His family just did a damn press conference. They're still heartbroken all these years later. Of course they are. Their father disappeared. They don't know what in the world happened to him. And Carol, she's done all this shady stuff. The will was forged, proven by 4 different handwriting experts. Crap, she didn't even have the man a memorial service after he was declared legally dead. I bet that was the longest 5 years of Carol Baskin's freaking life. Because she had to wait 5 years to have him declared legally dead, right? But that's the longest time for her. Because you know she's money hungry. Money hungry homewrecker. She broke up Dawn and what's her name? Gladys? Glades? I think her name's Glades. I mean, what does that say about that show? Who owns that? Is it ABC? What does that say about them? Letting a suspected husband killer on there. Mm-mm-mm. Of course, I'm going to snoop. I'm going to see how she dances. But I'm not going to watch every episode. I say we all boycott it. We snoop one time and watch her. Make fun of her on a live. And then we boycott it. Well, I heard that Carol was a prostitute. And that's how Dawn met her. If you ever listen to any of Carol's videos, she talks about Dawn liking prostitutes. Really, lady? Is that how he met you? She said she had a fight with her husband, ran out of the house, was running down the road upset. Here come Don strolling down the street in his car, stopped and talked to her. Wanted her to go riding around. She's like, no, I don't know you. He's like, here, hold this gun to my head all night. And she's like, okay. I swear, this is her story now. She's like, okay. She gets in, she says, holds the gun to Don, and they just talk for hours. Because she didn't know him, right? She just met him. He just pulled up. Do y'all believe that crap? Bye, Winky. Have a good dinner. Thank you for sharing links. Two left feet in all tiger outfits. How much you want to bet she does a tiger themed dance? Mm-mm-mm. She goes overboard. Animal rights. She a big cat activist. Really, lady? You slaughtered bunnies. Your employees posed in pictures smiling with the bunnies they were getting ready to slaughter. Don't seem like too much of an animal activist to me. I can't stand that woman. When I first started looking into her, it's before I watched the documentary on Netflix. The stuff I found out about her made me dislike her. And then I watched the documentary and I was like, yeah, she's a piece of shit. She's going to dance to Eye of the Tiger. Oh my God, Beach Bum. I bet she does. Court TV said tonight that Lori acted like she had no idea why they were searching the house, acting like she did not know those kids were buried there. Is that going to be her defense? Yep. I've had the suspicion that she might try that. Never lose hope. She's going to act like Chad was supposed to have took them to like a safe house and that he told her that they were okay. She's going to act like she didn't know what he did. But we know that's not true. We know her brother's phone was right there, pinged. It pinged right there in his backyard, Chad's backyard, right where the kids were buried. Each one of them. Each one of the kids. I wonder if we can vote twice. We're not voting for Carol. If y'all vote for Carol to win Dancing with the Stars, I'm kicking you off my channel. Like I saw last week that they were talking about having Carol Baskin on Dancing with the Stars, but I was like, nah, that's never going to happen. And I'll be son of a gun if it didn't happen. I wonder if she gets paid in advance before she gets booted. Hey, this is a bunch of bullcrap, speaking of money. She's making all this money because she was on that documentary. It's bullcrap. And her husband missing. She don't care. She does not care. She's mad as hell that they're digging into all this, that Ripper Jack Media is digging into it. She's mad that about the billboards outside of Big Cat Rescue. They said when you come out of Big Cat Rescue, you see a big billboard, Dawn's picture on it. You know, they're offering a reward for information. I bet that burnt her up. Probably set her ass on fire. See, she don't have Joe to fight with no more. She got Ripper Jack Media. I was thinking that the other day. He's replaced Joe arguing with Carol. He's really got it out for her, and he's not going to stop. I do think he is really trying to help the family. He cannot stand Carol. Never Lose Hope says, no, you dress up like Carol. I'll make you a flower headband. Make me a headband, I'll do it. I have to come on and say, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol freaking Baskin here, reporting live from Big Cat Rescue. I watched the video, the March for Justice for Dawn on Ripper. Did you see that guy? When they got in front of the gates at Big Cat Rescue, he gave Carol Baskin hell. Good night, Lisa. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I gotta get off here. Get something done. My Andrea Yates stream didn't go too good. I got all puzzled. But that's all right. I don't know what we're going to do next week for a stream yet. I mean, he said all kinds of things about Carol. He was like a big heavy set guy. I was cracking up. She doesn't look like she's light-footed. No, she's got a little broad. Must be middle-aged spread. I mean, you know, I got a big butt too. But yeah, Carol's got a little age on her. Hell, she's got to be up in her 70s. Easily up in her 70s. She has to be. She's not going to do that good. Which they train them and stuff. She might do good. I'm just saying she's not going to do good because I don't like her. Oh. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here and I will see y'all in the morning for some crime and coffee, of course. It's been a good chat. I always have fun talking with y'all. Y'all make me laugh. I like to goof off. And I like to talk about Carol freaking Baskin and give her hell. Anyways, good night. I love y'all. Thanks, y'all. Everyone super chatted. I appreciate it, guys. Anyway, see y'all in the morning. Good night. Sweet dreams. Peace. Ladybug is summoning me. I'm coming.